Battle control.
Hey people, 5 Aces here, and today I'm gonna present to you another replay cast. This time featuring on the left hand side Mr. Materia, whose name is kind of getting butchered by the engine. I have no idea why. He's teamed up together with Ofek, who wants to emphasize that he's not a noob. Ofek, not noob, alright. Starting out with a double power plant. Not sure, it's not necessary, but it's okay. And on the right hand side in team 2 we have FatBeach and MaxPower, German. Oh, I like Simpsons references. Alright, so they're both starting out with the Max going for the rev first, while FatBeach has just scored a crate and going for the barracks first, which on this map I like barracks first because it gives you map control. No, Max was just really slow with the production, never mind. Okay, so Materia is spreading out his rifles. Materia is an experienced player. I mostly see him in Tiberium Dawn, but I think he plays a lot of OpenRA as well. I just never happened to be online at the same time as him. Now, both of the Team 2's players are amassing infantry blobs earlier. This can be good. Oh, what you don't want to do is this here. You see this here? There's a grenadier. And what's gonna happen if the grenadier gets shot down? It has a chance of exploding. I think it's 75%. And if this grenadier dies and explodes, it takes all this blob with him. So don't do this. Grenadiers are supposed to work solo. They're like on solo suicide missions basically. Don't mix them with your normal units. It's gonna end in a disaster. Alright. What is Ofek doing? What the hell? Ofek is going for a 6 silo start, the classic 6 silo start, you know, just building up a Swiss bank account. Just you can see the money pouring in here. Real talk, guys, this is not what you do. You don't build silos, period. This is not how the game works, because you have to spend your money and you have to spend it on units rather than on a bank, basically. All right, but he has double refinery, so he's got the eco to punch out something at least. All right, they're kind of having a Mexican standoff here in the middle, but you can see that both of the players of Team 2 are amassing an enormous infantry blob, and this can be a game ender if played properly. Just look at what Materia has right now. He has 4 rifles and 1 light tank. This can be quite deadly. If they decide to do a concerted push, this could very well just end the game. But something tells me that's not going to happen because we're only 13% in. Alright, let's go back into normal vision. Let's zoom out a bit. So, what do we see here? Materia is going for a kind of standard build. He's going 2 revs war factory into several harvesters. You want to have more harvesters than just 1 per ore field. At least as long as the ore field is large enough. Once there is only the ore spawner left and the ore all around it is harvested, you can then switch all the other harvesters to another ore patch, because yeah, this is how it works. Usually one of those ore mines spouts out enough ore to support 1 harvester. Alright, he's going for a kind of greedy 4 harvester start, and I think there's a 5th harvester in production. Yes, indeed. What is Ofek? Ofek has raised the stakes. He's going for 8 silos. Okay, 8 silos, radar tech, no war factory. You can't get units out with this. And also, look at the units he has. It's consisting exclusively of bazooka soldiers, and the rocket soldiers. What is he doing? Rocket soldiers are not efficient versus basic infantry. So if someone manages to sneak in 2 or 3 rifles, he's gonna kill the entire army, and those have a value of what is that? 2,500. There's an enormous amount of money that's being sunk into those. It's not doing anything right now. Alright, Ofek, you okay? Buddy? He's building the Great Wall of Ofek. He doesn't want to get involved into this whole conflict. He doesn't know how he got dragged into this. Alright, so he's just securing his borders, I guess. And having his rocket soldiers sit there and looking pretty. Okay, Materia is going for a really greedy build. 4 harvesters, 5 harvesters into an MCV. He still has no army out. If they decide to push in right now, They have no intel. But if they would decide to push in right now, they could end the game just within a minute, I think. Alright, let's go back into normal vision. Now, I like the fact that they're constantly pumping out units. How is their economy looking? Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, FatBeach has the right idea. He's got 3 harvesters at least. But look at MaxPower. He has all his money into... He's all of his money sunk into his infantry blob. He has 1 harvester. Don't do that. Don't be that guy. Oh, the engagement is starting. Yeah, getting a few good shots off with the artillery. Artillery is going to be paramount here. And they decide to start the push. This is going to be interesting. They have to focus the bunkers, focus the rifles. Good job so far, good job. Materia was going for his AA gun. That's not going to do him any good now. It's going to get killed instantly. Yep. He has 1 artillery and 1 rifle left. This is looking bleak. If they push, ouch. Okay, good direct hit. 2 artilleries now. Push in. If FatBeach manages to push in right now, he will end the game. There are literally 2 artilleries and 1 rifle infantry. He's retreating. What's he doing? Push in. Okay. They don't have any intel. They have no idea. See, he even has an artillery. So that would mean he could still end the game. Materia has 3 artilleries now, but no support. So basically, on a higher level of play, you can't just build mass artilleries because they're incredibly frail, and they also need support. So they need kind of a meat shield. It's either infantry or it's medium tanks or whatever, or even a base crawl. But they don't work on their own because if see, FatBeach has a helicopter. If he manages to just fly it in right there, he could kill all the artillery with no repercussions. Instead, he's preparing for a drop. Okay. Now the destroyers are pummeling away at the blob and also at the refinery. Just as he was about to get up his 2nd refinery, I feel sorry for MaxPower. Man. Meanwhile, in Ofek land, an allied tech center, but he's out of power. Oh, the wall has been completed. Look, I'm starting to think he's kind of like a dictator. This wall is not for other people to not get in. This wall is for those guys. They can't get out. At least he's built some light tanks now. Alright. Yeah, see, this is what happens. You run your Heinz in and they're gonna kill all the artillery. Now that there is no anti-air, nothing's gonna happen to the choppers. Welp. He's missed his chance though. FatBeach is trying to be sneaky. I think he's scouting ahead for his drop, yeah. That's what's happening. Okay, Materia has 1 AA gun up now. The thing is, it's kind of hard to criticize their play, judging from an observer standpoint, because I know what armies they have. But if they were to push in anywhere within the last 5 minutes, they would have just ended the game, because Mr. Ofek is just contenting to sit back in Ofek land and mass rocket soldiers and lock them in. Alright, the drop has commenced. The artilleries are onto it. He has got vision. This is gonna get cleaned up very quickly. No backup, nothing. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. There's a helicopter. See, if he had used the helicopter to just snipe all of these artilleries instead of going for the pointless conyard, he would have gotten so much more value out of this. Transport helicopters are retreating now, okay. Meanwhile, MaxPower feels safe enough to attempt the push, but little does he know that he's gonna get shelled by destroyers. No, this is not gonna happen. And that's not how you use V2s either. Pro tip, if you wanna use V2s, use them for hit and run tactics. Get a squad of 3 or 4, run them in, kill one defense, and instantly run them out again, because they have high burst damage and they have 100% accuracy versus buildings at least. Also, another pro tip, don't line up your artillery like this. Because what's going to happen? Yeah, this is going to happen. See, all Materia needs is one artillery to clean up this whole attack force. This was 3,000 wasted. I don't like their play. They may be kind of new. I'm starting to feel that FatBeach and MaxPower are kind of new to the game. They understand the basics of the fundamentals of an RTS, like building units, having economy, but they're not doing a specifically good job at using their units to the full extent. No good micro, if you will. Yeah, now this artillery is heroic, and it's gonna shell away. Wow! That's 8 rocket soldiers, or 7 or 8 rocket soldiers in one go. Okay. Getting a pick of the hind. So, how is the back line looking like? They haven't teched up either. And Materia has commenced the nuclear arms race. It's gotten his first nuke. Also, they have no control over the seas. If they just were to build 1 or 2 subpens, especially MaxPower, he needs to build subpens to get rid of the allied forces, naval forces. Okay, that was a good pick. 2 hinds down. And Materia still has this. Okay, this combination of units works against a certain playstyle. The thing is, it's easy to counter if you know how. Especially seeing as they have Soviets on their teams. What MaxPower should do? He should get some more eco, then he should tech up to a tech center, and then get an Iron Curtain. For the Soviets, the Iron Curtain is way more important than a nuke is, because what it allows you, it allows your flak trucks to become gods on the battlefield. Because flak trucks counter everything that this particular unit composition uses. Flak trucks kill hinds, flak trucks kill artillery incredibly easily, and they're also decent versus infantry. And if you just run them in like this, in a pairs of 3 or 4, you Iron Curtain them, you run them in, you kill everything. With a bit of good micro and good targeting, you literally kill everything there. Okay. Materia has gotten complete naval dominance now. He can do whatever he pleases in the seas. And honestly, it's not looking good for FatBeach and MaxPower anymore. They had their window where they could easily have killed them, where they could easily have killed Materia, and Ofek is... I'm not sure about Ofek, man. Ofek wouldn't have been of much help, let's just put it that way. So they had a window of at least, 8 minutes where they could have killed and finished off Materia, but they're losing their window rapidly now. Okay, the naval forces are growing and growing. They are not much to be scared of, because again, look at how far inland they have built. The only thing is they're gonna get picks on the helicopters like this. Yeah. But those destroyers are not much of a threat, to be honest. Still though, Team 2 has basically no units, and see, no, don't do this. Don't march forward with your infantry first. It's just gonna get shot to pieces. I also have to say that their vision control is extremely lackluster. Team 2 doesn't have any sky dominance, they don't have vision control, and they're constantly running their helicopters into the flag lines. I don't particularly like this play. Oh. I think MaxPower must have gotten that from a crate, I missed it. Sorry. Well then, it's gonna get instantly pummeled. You managed to get a Tesla coil out, so that's gotta count for something, right? Meanwhile, now Materia is doing the smart thing. He's switching over to med tanks. And med tanks can easily just draw the fire. Oh, he's also gotten a jet generator. Nice. Med tanks can easily just draw the fire and kind of nullify every threat that those artilleries pose. Second Conyard is not having a good time. The supporting infantry just gets pummeled by the destroyers, and there's probably cruisers coming out soon. And once you have destroyers and cruisers on your coast, it's getting really iffy. Okay, quintuple AA guns. I don't like these builds. I'm not a big fan, but then again, I found this replay on gamereplays.org. It was very well rated, and it's a fun replay because much stuff is happening, but it's not a very high level replay. Let's be very clear about this. Because quintuple AA guns in one spot, or hexa AA guns, that doesn't make sense. Come on, spread them out, because there is no AA defense like here. Nothing really. Okay, what else do we have? Oh, a longbow, nice. At least he's okay. That's literally the first action in combat that Mr. Ofek has been performing. He's repairing the power plant in the shipyard now. Also, oh, a scout, longbow scout. Holy shit! No! Come on! Why did you shoot it down? That was a diplomatic vessel. Okay. Artillery wars are commencing, but there is just too much AA for those Hinds to establish line of sight for Team 2. Look at this, they have no idea what's going on. If they would run tanks in, they would see that they are in a pickle. My god. That's so brutal. See, and if those flak trucks were IC'd now, they could still kill all the artillery. They're obviously useless versus med tanks, but still. Okay, let's switch back over to Ofek. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Hold the horses, hold the horses. He's getting up his shipyard now. And also he's got a stalwart defensive force lined up right there. Man. Okay. Oh, MaxPower has been producing subs now. Finally. Oh, that's a good play. Materia has single-handedly kind of regained naval dominance in one fell swoop. Because he's chronoed his destroyers over, they're gonna kill everything here. One sub is coming out, but whatever. And FatBeach is giving up. I can see why. There was no point in trying to hold this any longer. Also, the economy has been a disaster for Team 2. 3 harvesters. Well, come to think of it, Ofek is operating on 2 harvesters for the whole game. So yeah, they're kind of even. Never mind. Don't listen to me. Oh, Materia is doing some nice micro. He's trying to get the crushes. That's very good. By the way, if you're interested in playing this game yourself, you do that with the Alt key. Which is, not many players know that, because in the original, no, in the original it was Alt, so never mind. But not many players do this, because in the original you were guaranteed to squash infantry if it didn't move, and in the remake you have kind of, I think you have a random chance. I think there is RNG involved. Okay, now the Conyard of MaxPower is getting torn apart. Yep. If he manages to block the war factories, he has essentially won the game. Which he is not doing. It doesn't matter. And I have completely missed that Ofek has also partaken in the nuclear arms race. Tis of no concern. FatBeach has now disconnected, and his units are on hold the position. Oh, see. He's blocking the barracks, that's nice. Now there's a bit of banter going on. What? He's telling the other team that flak trucks are garbage, which I absolutely have to disagree with. You just have to use them right. Okay. That about wraps it up, I think. A little bit of small talk, a little bit of friendly banter going on. Materia is one of the nicer players. So I think what's going on here, he's teaching newer players how to play the game, because he's giving them hints and such. There's a spy plane. Oh, he sees everything. It's the Eye of Sauron. Okay. I think they're done and they're just chatting. Yeah, he's recommending them to watch the replay which is, I can understand. He's trying to teach them a normal build order. You know, this hasn't been the most high level game, but it surely has been an entertaining game. Now the nuke is hitting, and when the nuke's gonna hit, it's gonna hit hard. It's gonna take down the service depot, all of the Hinds. Power. No, the power survived, barely, by the skin of its teeth. And any artillery that are still coming out are just instantly getting eviscerated by the destroyers of Materia. So, yeah, the game is about to come to a close. What can we say? What have we learned from this? Basically, we have learned, don't be Ofek. Just don't do this. Oh, he's croning an MCV in now. Just to add insult to injury, look at all those promoted med tanks. They have quite a high rate of fire if they're being promoted. But it rarely ever happens. Alright, last power plant going down, and that's GG. That's a wrap, boys and girls. Let's look at these statistics. Yeah, Materia has killed 287 units and only lost 67. Neither of them really has a high APM, but you don't need that if you have a solid game plan. They didn't have crazy micro, but it's not necessary, yeah. In terms of kills and deaths, just look at Materia. He has received 50,000 in deaths, and he has killed 150,000 in return. So he's been 300% efficiency. Meanwhile, MaxPower was definitely new. FatBeach, I also feel that he doesn't have much experience. Ofek was kind of, he's tried to employ some Angela Merkel level austerity politics in the beginning, with starting with 8 silos and hoping for a big bank. But the large bank never came because he was operating on 2 harvesters. So he basically had the economy of Greece, but he was trying to get his money bunkers ready. Yeah, and well, he still didn't manage to sink this entire enterprise. Materia came out ahead. He was basically 1v2, let's be honest. That was a fun game. Not extremely high level, but fun. Stuff has been happening. Crazy stuff has been happening. Anything else? The earnings, nothing too spectacular. Alright, so I think that just about wraps it up. And thanks to Materia for posting this. Please, guys, if you're watching this, be sure to post more replays in the thread that I'm gonna link you. And thanks for watching, and have a nice day. It has got 35 degrees here. I'm out.